big news coming in. Vice President of India has decided to step down. He officially tenders his resignation. I'm going to bring in Kartikeya, managing editor of News9, joining me here on the phone line. In fact, he's joining me live. Kartikeya, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar tendering his resignation. Did you see this coming?
I thought, he has recovered. When Prime Minister, for example, let me just start with Dhankar. When Dhankar writes that to prioritize healthcare and abide by the medical advice, I hereby resign as the Vice President of India, effective immediately in accordance with the Article 67A of the Constitution. I think something serious has happened because you see, Padmaja, Prime Ministers, Vice President, and Presidents are taken care of. Now, if you recall, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of this country, he underwent the entire bypass surgery. For 5 days or 7 days, I think, Rahul Gandhi, Pranab Mukherjee, P. Chidambaram, and I think 2 more people were part of a committee who would take important decisions as part of the government of India. So that was there, Padmaja. So when the Prime Minister had a surgery, they could, devise a committee to, take care of situation. But in this case, when Dhankar says he's recusing himself, it means 2 things, Padmaja. One is that the government must have already worked out the alternative because the position of the vice president is contested. One, there is an election to the position of vice president. Now the mandate right now is with the Bharatiya Janata Party because it's a contest, and the important part is the electoral college is combined. The houses together vote for the vice president. Second, the candidate has to be consulted now with Bharatiya Janata Party's alliance partners also. I don't know whether TDP and other political parties are in loop or not. And most important part, Padmaja, which I really want to bring to your notice is I express when he says, it has been privilege and satisfaction to witness partake in India's remarkable economic progress, unprecedented exponential development during the significant period serving the country. And he puts in his papers. Now, what I really think, Padmaja, is that why was this done when the session started? One, this could have happened earlier because if this was a medical issue, those are issues which, maybe Mr. Dhankar in his press conference subsequently will answer. And Mr. Dhankar had a socialist background, a sort of a Jat lineage. And then he was, pushed as the candidate for the vice presidency because of the sort of work he did for the ruling dispensation as the governor. He was very much aggressive in West Bengal. You see, we have to remember how Dhankar came up. And in this context, when Dhankar says he has put in his papers, I think this is for the first time such a thing has happened, Nabila. And the second thing is that very soon there will be an election. Secondly, the entire job of running the house will now land on the shoulder of Mr. Harivansh. Harivansh is the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha because Rajya Sabha is actually handled by the vice president. So when Mr. Dhankar resigns, citing health reason, then even the house gets empty. So position of vice president is not there. The position of the chairman of Rajya Sabha is also there. There are 2 things here. So if you resign from the house, if you resign as a vice president, then you also resign as the chairman of the house. So when Mr. Dhankar is resigning to the Honorable President of India, he's resigning in this letter as the vice president, Nabila. So when the vice president of the country resigns, you also don't have a chairman of Rajya Sabha. So there are 2 positions which gets vacant immediately, Nabila. The chairman of Rajya Sabha gets vacant, Nabila, and the vice presidentship also gets vacant. So there are 2 things which are getting vacant, not 1, 2. The position of the vice president, Nabila, is very, very important because he is also the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, who conducts the house. So in Rajya Sabha, the mantle forms on
Do you
Mr.
think
Harivansh.
this was
That's one.
right? What really leaves us surprised, Kartikeya, is that this resignation has come just days after Jagdeep Dhankhar at a Jawaharlal Nehru University meet said that I will resign at the right time, maybe in 2027, just after some divine intervention. He basically gave a cryptic message there at JNU.